edition of Seller's Corner, your go-to source for all things reselling. I'm Erin, product specialist at Vendoo, and today I'm here to talk to you about some of my must-have reseller tools. But before I do, let me invite you to subscribe to our channel. We publish content every week, and it's all related to Vendoo product updates, community tips, and information about how to scale and grow your resale business. You do not need fancy supplies to be a reseller. In fact, if you're just getting started, I recommend that you do not invest in expensive supplies. You really only need the basics: a device with a camera, a way to print labels, and maybe a few things to clean up your items. But reselling is for everyone, regardless of your income or your status, your age, or your ability. You do not need a ton of money to invest in getting started, just a ton of dedication and work ethic. That said, as you start to grow your business and you're producing revenue that you might reinvest, there are many tools and things that you can purchase that will make your work easier and more efficient. Remember that time is money. Over the years, I've been really hesitant to invest in some more expensive things, such as a steamer, because I just couldn't justify the expense. But if you think about the time saved and you think about an appropriate wage per your time, it will truly help you to justify some of those expenditures that are tax deductible and will ultimately allow you to save time, work smarter, work faster, and produce more sales, profit, and revenue. So here are some of my favorites. First is a camera or a device with a camera. This is one thing that you will need to be a reseller, as you need listing photographs. A lot of resellers use your phone, and there are so many apps available to enhance your photos on your phone. I'll actually link below a video I did about all of my favorite photo editing apps. But what I personally realized over the years is that I was spending way too much time editing photos. I wanted them to be perfect and bright and clean with a white background to maximize SEO and attract buyers. And I was simply spending too much time achieving that. So instead, I ditched the taking pictures on my phone and I invested in a camera, a DSLR camera that I learned how to use. I learned some basic tips about photography, zooming, lighting, angling. And what this has enabled me to do is almost spend no time photo editing. Again, time is money. So a nice camera is a great investment. Check out eBay and Facebook Marketplace. You can really get some deals. Along similar lines is lighting. Lighting is so important. It is something that you need, but the best lighting is free. Right now, I do not have a light on. This is the sun. If you have a place to take photographs, all you need is a clear wall and a command hook, and you can take amazing photographs. But if you're a part-time seller and unavailable to maximize on natural lighting during the day, artificial lighting is also very helpful. There are many lighting kits that you can purchase, including ring lights and umbrella lights, that will enhance your photographs, requiring less editing and, of course, giving you better photos for your product listings. Consider if artificial lighting and lighting kits will help you to scale your business. Next is cleaning supplies. I firmly believe that all of your items should be cleaned and prepared for listing. I do not believe in listing as is when things are stained and damaged and gross. Other sellers do, but I take pride. I want to handle clean items and I want to make the most money for them. So there are a few products I use for cleaning and item preparation. The first is right here. This is called the pink stuff. This stuff is incredible. It's kind of like a magic eraser paste. So if you've used the magic erasers, you know how great they are on items like shoes, but you also know that they have a very short lifespan. They're highly toxic to animals and children, and they start to crumple very quickly. This is the paste version. This can be used with any scrub brush, even a toothbrush. It lasts forever. It's literally like magic erase paste, but I think it works even better. It's even easier to use because it doesn't crumble in your fingers. Another thing that I love to use, particularly for ink stains, is Amodex. This stuff is like magic in a bottle when it comes to stains that you did not think would come out. Forget the hairspray, it doesn't do what they say it does. This stuff does. But my best stain remover is this magic. Grandma's Magic Stain Remover. I wish I knew who to credit this discovery to. It was definitely a reseller at some point on my journey. I saw this recommendation, I saw that it was highly recommended, and I bought it, and it's magic. I will never ever live without this stuff. I used to literally avoid light colored garments for my personal wardrobe because I drink a lot of black coffee. This is just incredible. I've actually intentionally set stains in items to see if this would work, and it does. It's amazing. Definitely, it's so affordable too. You can find this on Amazon. And finally, Ozium. This one was a game changer. I learned about this from a car dealer that explained to me that this is what they use to get the smoke, cigarette smell out of items, and it works. If you read it, it's not technically meant for textiles and fabrics, so maybe avoid it on your fine wedding gowns, but if your items smell a little musky, a little thrifty, smoky, unpleasant for any reason, of course wash them, but that doesn't always do it. This magic will. This actually eliminates the odors. It kills the bacteria that causes them rather than just masking them, and it's amazing. Highly recommend. As far as inventory management, of course, I recommend Vendoo. When you are a multi-platform seller or even a single platform seller, you need a product that tells you what you have listed, where you have it listed, and all of the relevant information that you need for bookkeeping and tax purposes. Your date of acquisition, your cost of goods, your sale date, your fees, etc. I use Vendoo for inventory management, bookkeeping, profit and revenue tracking, and I download all of my spreadsheets right from Vendoo. The info you have stored in Vendoo, you can download. So there's no need to keep your own spreadsheets or pay for a bookkeeping software. Vendoo does it all. And finally, a few more items that you've probably seen before and might already have around your house for preparing items. We have our fabric shaver, highly recommend. You can bring your garments back to life that have pilling or wear. Your lint remover, because lint and pet hair on clothing is not a good look. And your measuring device, because we're always measuring all of our items before we list them, right? Either way, even if you're not offering measurements for every item, you will inevitably be asked for measurements and should provide them if you would like to make sales. The last item is a printer. You need a way to print your labels when you're a reseller. Like a camera, a printer is pretty much the only thing you legitimately need before you get started. A traditional laser jet printer is totally fine, although you might consider a thermal printer eventually. Thermal printers are a bit of an investment, but they're another game changer. They print in 4x6 label size, they don't use paper, and they don't use ink. They're much more energy efficient. They're sticky, so you don't have to tape them or purchase inserts. They're much more professional looking. They're easier to work with, and they're very, very small, so they fit on your desk. There are many companies like Dymo, Rollo, and Brother that make label printers. I personally recommend the Dymo. It stores the labels internally rather than outside of the device, although they do not currently have a wireless option, which Rollo does. So those are some of my favorite reselling tools that I cannot live without. I really do want to articulate though that reselling doesn't require the fanciest lights, the fanciest camera, and all this money on all these tools. It just requires a camera, printer, some sunshine, and a good work ethic. What are your favorite reseller tools? Share them with us below. If you liked this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time, reseller friends. Happy selling!